One thing I learned in life is it's not about what happens to you, it's about how you deal with it, you know? And in our business it's very, very important to maintain your attitude. And more than our business is life, you want to maintain your attitude. Attitude determines you, who you really are. And as far as that goes, um, energy is everything. So as far as energy goes, it transfers, right? With synergy. So talking about that in depth, I want to say is whenever you're in business out here and you go out to every business, certain things, key things to do to start your routine. I will say what I do in the morning is three things always: words of affirmation, like I love myself, I'm great, I'm impeccable, I have a bulletproof mentality. Ain't nobody gonna stop me from doing what I have to do in order to fulfill my purpose, right? So that even means a bad customer or somebody that's having a bad day and we don't know what's going on with that person. So, and that can impact in many ways. There's many scenarios and situations in this business where you can have a high impulse and then boom, customer don't want to have a credit card on file or any little thing that can mess up your day, right? You just can't let that happen. You just can't let it happen. You got to give yourself a chance, believe in yourself on the fact that, hey, I'm out here for a purpose. I have to make it happen. And nobody's going to stop me from having a great attitude or to get to my purpose. So I see that a lot of times. People don't want you to win, but you got to tell yourself, I am going to win, no matter what's going to happen. So, for example, I remember I was working in San Diego. I had a rep. His name was Richard, and we went out there. We worked. I was so hyped. It was, we were having a great day. It's a great start. I help out a customer, and therefore it was a win back from AT&T, from Spectrum to AT&T, and basically one of the partners. So I helped the customer out, swap them out from two phone lines, internet and direct TV, bundle them up. Everything's 100% on point. Everything goes through, got the tax ID. Okay, cool. So thank you. So as far as that goes, continue with the story. I close the business and it comes down to the point where it's verification time. One of the reps from the back office are calling to verify the order. I swear to you, I kid you not. So that happens. Boom. The brother comes into the business. He's like, "What's going on? AT&T? Oh, no, 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 no. Right on the call." How do you think that makes me feel? How do you think that makes me feel? I'm so fired up. My impulse just dropped. I'm like, "What? What do you mean, man? Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, man." Because I've been talking to the customer 2 hours, filling this out, trying to build my relationship rapport, and I earned the business. I know I did. So at that point, I got a new guy with me. I got to set the right example. So I look at the situation. I'm like, okay, look, what do I do here? So at the end of the day, the brother that came in and basically made the decision that, hey, I don't want AT&T. I can't let that ruin my day. That was probably a nice sell. What? Probably $400 sell. But at the end of the day, I thought about it. I'm like, all right, you know what? It's not the day's not over yet. Still have opportunities out here. But you guys know that feeling. I know everybody knows that feeling on that pullout, on that last second. When you close that deal, everything is good. And then there's one little thing that has to mess it up for everybody. So at that point, I have my new guy looking at me like, yeah, man, damn, you got you. I'm like, no, man, this is just the beginning. For me losing one, I'm going to get 10 more. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that. So you got to maintain that attitude. Guess what I did? I went next door. There's a gym. You know what I did to the gym? I closed that motherfucker. Closed the gym, right? And I'm like, I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop, right? So I continue working. Literally, next business over. I closed that one too. I was so amped up, so fired up. I'm like, look, he trying to stop me from my dreams. Man, this guy doesn't understand what I've been through to be here to close this deal for 2 hours. But it's no biggie. I'm gonna close another one. I went next door. I closed another business. It was like an organics store. No matter what it was, I was consistent, consistent, consistent. I did not lose my attitude. For that moment, yeah, I was fierce. I was fired up. But that would determine my day. If I let that shit affect me, then what would happen? I would have a bad day. I probably would not even reflect to these customers or even engage with them. When I walk into the room to any business or with anybody, I will make sure you remember me. You know, you have to be heard. You know, you walk into a nail salon with 20 people in it, you have to be heard. Hey, how you doing? You know, let the ladies know, hey, how you ladies look great. But you want to get to the main person. And if you have an eye for an eye, you will know who the owner is. And as you build the skill and understand and learn who the owner is, how they move, their ear, their attention span, you will know who that is. So back to the point, yes, I did not give up. I continue pushing. Closed the gym. After that, I closed the organic store right next to them. I continue pushing. You know what? I'm like, you know what? I need more amp. I need more amp. You know, so I was fired up. So I continued pushing. There was another business, same plaza. I kid you not, same plaza. This guy's watching me now, closing his neighbors. I'm like, look, bro, you're not gonna stop me. So I closed a taco shop too. It was a win back. And what happens at the end of the day now? Close 3 deals after I failed on the first one. You have to learn one thing. You want to fail forward. You can't let anybody get to you. You know, your attitude is everything. It's going to define you. So one thing I learned is, look, you can't let anyone play you out your position. That's very important because they're going to want to do that. Nobody want to see you win, like I said, but you have to win for yourself. You got to give yourself a chance. You got to give yourself the opportunity, you know. Honestly, sometimes people don't understand why you got to have a bulletproof mentality because it's very important. No matter what anybody says to me, is a projection of their reality. It's up to you to accept it emotionally, then you'll get that emotion feeling. But nah, it doesn't work like that. Like Stefan always says, man, with every door you hit, you got to have amnesia with these customers. With every door you hit, you got to have amnesia with these customers. Always, always, always. You got to have an open mind. And you know what was the end result? I went back to that liquor store, still closed his ass, and he had nothing to say about it because I used a referral program, the Jones effect, right? So I'm like, hey, I just helped out your neighbor, the gym. I also helped out the organic store and the taco shop, you know, and I still wanted to give you another chance because I like you. So I went back, closed them, closed 4 deals in one day. But me losing my attitude, or even if I gave that customer a bad attitude, like, you know what? Forget you, man. I don't even like you no more. No, I maintained my attitude. I left the business professionally. I continue working. I continue my hustle. I closed 3 more deals, came back, and it closed his ass at the end of the day. So that there shows you maintain your attitude. The importance behind that. You can do a lot. You can really do a lot, you know. And you want to be solution focused. You want to become solution focused. You want to focus on the solution. Focus on the solution. Why do you want to focus on the solution? Because if you focus on the solution, you will overcome any problem, no matter what it is. Mind control. You always got to control the conversation. You gotta you gotta take that role. Yesterday when I helped out a customer, same thing. I'm not gonna lie with you guys. I helped out the customer. Everything went through 100%. And it comes down to the last point of the verification and the recap. The customer is checking out on me. I'm like, no, 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 listen, listen. I didn't come this far for you to give up on me. And I'm not giving up on me either. So, therefore, education is everything. So, I educated my customer on the deal that they're getting and what ended up happening. It got verified and it's getting installed today. I didn't lose my attitude. Cameron watched that, you know, on the spot. Like, you have to think on your feet on the spot. You can't let them lose your momentum. They lose it. I mean, if they try to attack you, you got to have an objection. If they have a question, you ask the question for them and you answer it for them. You got to get ahead of the curve. You have to learn that no matter what happens, you have to focus on your goal. Focus, focus, focus. Okay? So create your desire. Educate yourself every single day. In the mornings, certain things you can do, like I said, you can meditate, you know, create that sense of awareness. Number two, read good affirmations. Number 3, write something. Write 10 goals down. Write 10 goals down every morning. I'm gonna close 4 deals today. I'm gonna, do my bed. I'm gonna go running. I'm gonna talk to 5 people today. I'm gonna make somebody proud today. I'm gonna buy somebody lunch today. You know, I'm gonna help out my partners. I'm gonna help out my team. I'm gonna see what I can do to grow this organization. Whatever you gotta do to continue, right? But your attitude is based on that. Attitude is everything. Remember that. So always feed your mind, body, and soul. As Stefan told me, like, look, you have to focus on your mind, body, and soul. If you have that organized, then overall every day you're gonna be walking everywhere. Every business you walk into you're gonna be impeccable no matter what. You know, there's a great book that I read. It's called The Four Agreements. They have these 4 agreements that are very, very impactful. Okay, and the first agreement is don't take anything personally. Okay, never take anything personally. The customer could be having a bad day. You don't know. Somebody could have died in their family. Anything could have happened. You don't know what's going on, but you can't let that affect your attitude. You woke up feeling great, living large, woke up with a great breakfast, got family, all that, right? You have a purpose to come out here, but you don't know what's going on in that other person's reality. So therefore, what you do is you continue. You understand the situation and you move on. Move the fuck on, you know? Sometimes it's just not your sale. It's not their day. It's not your day. So you want to go out and close the customers that you're looking for. The ones that are going to be compliant with you. Some customers don't know what they don't know. So you have to go and educate them. Simple as that. Yeah. So I say all that to say, you know, be a good example. Whenever the impulse drops, you hold it down for yourself. You hold it down for the people around you. If you're training, I love that pressure because that's when the best comes out of me. I truly believe that. And I believe that's in everybody. And the key to this business is relationship building. Relationship building. When you approach a customer with a relationship building approach, like how you doing today, like a regular person, like how's your day, beautiful business, how long have you been in the business for, what did it take you to get here, you know, all these great qualifying questions just to start the conversation. There's also another thing that we have called Ford, you know, talk about their family, their occupation, what they do in recreational times, and their dream. You ask them these 4 questions, automatically within those 4, you are already engaging in a long-term conversation. What I tell my customers is this: hey, look, I want to help you out today. My goal is to keep you as a customer. I want to continue to build a relationship with you every single year. You know why? This is what I tell them. This is why. This is what really helps me close them. This is what it is. I want you to refer me to another business. What if you open like 10 businesses? I want that referral. So you want to build that trust in the customer. Okay? So therefore, at the end of the day, you will get that trust. But more importantly, your attitude is everything. Your attitude determines your life, your business, every single thing. Attitude can ruin your life, but it can make your life great. So keep moving forward. Give yourself a chance. Count your blessings. Look at all the good things in life. You can't let that one moment ruin your life or your situation or your time of the day. The goal in this business is this: whenever I see a negative customer, I just look at the situation. You want to have fun, right? You want to have fun with it. Have fun and make money. If they're having a bad day, say, hey, I hope you have a blessed day. Maybe a different time you come back and see them, you could possibly close them like I did, right? Like, just giving up is not an option. You got to keep moving forward. Got to keep moving forward. Yeah. Well, at this point, does anybody have any questions that they want to ask?
Yeah, let me ask you a question, Mo. So let's say this customer just wasted 2 hours of your time. How long does it take you to get that positive attitude? And what do you
So,
do like in that instant moment? What's that
okay.
routine that you have?
So on the instant moment. So first
Yeah,
things
because
first,
for me,
I
I've
go
been in the
out.
game for 7 years still, and if I spend 2 hours with the customer and they tell me no last minute, I'm gonna still get frustrated,
Hell
right?
yeah.
It was impressive that you were still able to maintain the attitude, get 3 sales, and then come back and close that customer again. So I want to hear it.
Right, right. Thank you, Andy. So on that note, so listen, this is what it is. So first thing first, you got to tell yourself, you know, this is what I tell myself. For every deal that I lose, I'm gonna get 10 more. I always have that implemented in my mind. Always, always, always. Because that's the power of positive thinking, you know? And truly, I said that to myself, and what did I do? Close 3 deals. It's not 10, but I shot for the moon. I shot for the stars, but I landed on the moon. I wasn't mad. So I started off with 0, right? So on that note, I told myself that for every deal I lose, I'm gonna get 10, no matter what. Okay, that's one thing. Number two, I got bills to pay. They don't pay themselves. So once revive yourself and think about your purpose. I think about my little brother and sister. I'm like, I'm already fired up. Remember that. So you got to find that one thing. What is it? Is it a Lambo that fires you up? Is it a house? Is it that future? Is it your wife? Is it your kids? Is it your brother and sister? What is it? What is it that fires you up? You want to be a millionaire? You want to be a billionaire? Well, shit. Don't lose your attitude you know. So definitely, that's what it was. So me, it's just truly just reaffirming myself, giving myself self affirmations, breathing, just breathing, thinking about it, and moving the fuck on, man. That's it. Because if I waste time, I'm wasting time. I could be losing that owner, and it's a short time span too. So I believe everything happens for a reason. I never have a bad day. Remember that. It's a learning day. Never
Mm.
have a bad day. It's a learning day. So I learned from that situation and I moved on. And what happened? And I kept it pushing, kept it pushing. I
That's
maintained my
all.
attitude. I knew what I had to do. And at that time, remember, I had a new guy with me too. So that pressure's there. So if I show him that I'm not weak. So I'm going to show him like what this business is about because I'm setting a great example here. And what happens? Boom. I went out there, closed multiple accounts, and came back and still closed that business because I maintained my attitude. Simple as that.
Right. So another question, a follow-up question would be, so you kept that attitude, but you wasted 2 hours, right? For me, I would have been like, man, I need to go get one now. And sometimes the customers can see it. The next customers can see like, oh, I'm trying to make money, right?
Right.
I have a sense of urgency now. I'm more aggressive, right? My instead of smiling, I have this like serious demeanor. Do
Right.
you have that moments? And if you do, how do you like calm yourself down and like put yourself in that right state again?
Of course, man. I'm human. Like that happens. I got frustrated, man. I was fired up. I was pretty pissed off. Don't get me wrong, but that's internal. You got to keep that internal. You can't show that to your new guy. You just can't do that because they're gonna be like, "What the hell?" Like I feel just they don't know what they don't know. But if they see your reaction, then therefore they're gonna think that's how it always is. So I'm like, no, I'm setting a good example here. It's how I am always. You got to keep that bulletproof mentality, right? So to calm myself down from that, honestly, just so this is one good thing. It's a practice, and I'm gonna give you guys a secret sauce. So this is what it is. Wherever you are, take 10 deep breaths. Like count them. One, inhale and exhale, times 10, right? You do it 10 times, you refresh your memory automatically, right? And just think about those three key things, right? So me, I think about my brother and sister. I got to think about paying my bills, and I think about this organization because I care, right? So every single thing, and another thing, the fact that I had a new guy. So all that has impact on me. All that puts me under pressure, and I swear, like that just adds so much more value to yourself when you can maintain your attitude and move on. So that's what I do. I meditate, revitalize my mind, and get back to the grind. Simple as that.
Yeah, you mentioned your why a few times on this call here. Can you share with us a little bit more on, why is it so important for you to take care of your sisters and your your siblings?
My siblings, why is it important? Because they have a future. I grew up with a single mother. I'll be honest with everybody, and times are tough, but it's a blessing. I'm blessed to have a mom, put a roof on top of my head. I always did what she had to do, going through all the hardships. And I look at that, right? I'm like, if my mom can work day and night at a gas station and provide for me, a woman, shit, what can I do with this opportunity I have in my hand? You know? So therefore, I always think about that. Always think about that. And my little brother and sister, I want to give them the life that I never had. That's my major goal. So every day and like right now, they're living that reality because of this opportunity and what I've done for myself with the support of everybody in this business and the motivation and the inspiration, all that, everything takes a part and accountability to my current success. And I cannot deny that at all. So I look at that. I look at these kids. It's not about us anymore. It's about the children. They're the future leaders. So we have to really think about this and think this through. So whatever I do now, I always have to put them in mind because that's the type of person I am. Some people don't care, but I truly do because I know how it is. I know how it feels. So for me to be able to take them to Disneyland or get them the toys and the things that they want, it's the greatest joy when I see their happiness. I'm telling y'all, I could never have a bad day when I see their faces. You know, I never have a bad day because it's a learning day. You just have to look at it that way. I'm human, no shit. We have bad days. Don't get me wrong, but it's just the way you think about it. It's the way you train your mind. So retrain your mind. You know, and you gotta have that strength in your mind. Bulletproof mentality. No matter what happens in life, God's not gonna give you something you can't handle. Remember that. There's always going to be a challenge on the road. You have to overcome it. There's a challenge there for a reason. You're getting tested. You're not going to die. Just go through it, and move the fuck on. Simple as that. So,
Totally agree. That's what I live by. Nothing we can't handle.
100%. That's just how it is. You know, you got to keep a hustler's mentality, hustler's ambition. We are all out here on a mission. We're not doing this for no reason. There's a reason for everything that you do. You got to have high performance habits. You know, Nobody is perfect. You can be perfect for 10 days and you can lose it in one. But the goal is not giving up. When you get a grip and you get your ass back up to it, you got to make sure that you maintain yourself, and you maintain your mentality. You just keep moving forward. There's a say which is, if I don't give myself a chance, I don't give myself a chance. So always try. Always try. You are who you're influenced by, right? So therefore, don't get influenced by the negativity. Just focus on your goals, you know? Focus on what you have around you and retain what you have and gain what you don't have.
Gotcha. Hey Mo, so you're only 24 right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yes, sir.
sound like you're like 50 years old with your philosophies and your experience. So, we have a lot of young people on this call, and we have a lot of like go-getters that's trying to be taken to the next level. Like, what kind of adversities did you go through for you to have so many like lessons in life? Like, can you take a few steps back and show us like where you came from?
A few steps back from where I came from, adversities in life, right? So, like I said earlier, I was raised by a single mother, and I've always seen that. And the fact of me seeing that my mother not getting the guidance that she deserved, like that shit killed me. Like it pains me. So I'm like, it's sad that how people don't want to help people, right? But in this business, that's what it's all about. It's about people helping people, and we're all growing together. But back to the point, my background is basically, I started off going to school, you know, and college didn't work out for me. One thing is my hunger came from this. Like when it came to a point, my mom got pregnant with my brother and sister. They're twins. At that time, I was going to school, but I wasn't really working. I probably had one job at Five Guys, burgers and fries. But it came to a point where she was pregnant, and my step pops was working at a gas station as well. He had to maintain the house for the rent, etc. And my mom needed help to go to the doctors, etc. So I had to go through that experience, addition to going to school and working. So when it came down to the point where she was pregnant and she had to go, you know, she was in labor, I realized that, damn, my mom's not going to be working. So I got to do something, right? So I picked up a job at Five Guys, which I already had, picked up another job at Wingstop. And at nighttime, I didn't tell my family this, but I picked up a night job. So every time they go to sleep, I go to work. They don't even know, but I went to work, you know? So, and I was doing that for 6 months, 7 months. I was just consistently doing that and going off of that hustle and looking at how much time I'm spending. Like, I have no time for myself. I swear to God, I'm working so hard that my skin is peeling. I'm going to class. The professor knows I have no sleep. Like, and I'm going through all this. I'm like, I'm failing and I'm winning and I'm failing and I'm winning, right? But one thing I learned is like, I'm doing this for my family, but I wasn't going the smart way about it. So what I ended up doing is, it's not even me. It's naturally happened. One day, my mom, within 3 to 4 weeks after the kids got born, my mom had a situation. She had to go to the hospital emergency. One thing I learned is this, you know, always never judge a book by its cover, because you never know what really could happen. And why I say that is because my mom had a situation to go to the emergency one night. I'm like, Mom, don't worry about it. Drink some alkaline water, you'll be fine, right? Nah, that shit don't work, because we are human beings, you know, and we do have health problems. You know, we all do. You just gotta take care of yourself. So her situation that night, luckily my cousin was here. She was talking to my cousin, and my cousin took her to the ER. And taking her to the ER, I didn't know this, so I had to take care of my little siblings at the house. Next day, I go talk to the doctor. Doctor tells me, "Hey, you know what? You could have lost your mom if she didn't come in last night." Like, no way. You kidding me? So that pressure right there, it left me hanging. But what I have to do, my responsibility at the time, my mom was in the hospital for 3 weeks, which opened up the doors for me to drop out of college and lose my 3 jobs, right? Because I had to take care of the kids. Step pop's just taking care of the rent. So somebody had to do it. Me, I took that responsibility. So me taking that responsibility, I was stuck at home thinking like, damn, what do I do now? So my next avenue was just really, I kid you not, I was out there hitting doors looking for a job, like hitting doors back to back. I was hitting every single plaza trying to get a job. I'm like, hey, I'll sweep the floor, I'll mop, whatever I clean toilets, whatever you need me to do, I will do it, and I will be at my best. I guarantee you that. So I kept it pushing, and what ended up happening is I ran across Berkshire Hathaway, and there was this nice lady named Susan. She came out with a folder right away, and therefore she, out of all people, she was compliant. And I had a 2-hour conversation with her. Entered at like 9 p.m. I started hitting the field looking for a job like at 1 p.m. And then I went home at 9 p.m. with this folder and this lady telling me, "Hey, tomorrow 6 in the morning, show up over here." And I'm like, why? Like, in my mind, I'm thinking like, why is she telling me? Why is she giving me this challenge? And where am I going? So one thing that night, I know for sure, I could not sleep. Could not sleep. Could not sleep. I know something good was coming. So therefore, I wake up in the morning, like 6 in the morning. I get to the spot before her, early. I don't even know where I was at, but I know I was like at a escrow office, right? So I walk in and I'm presented. around me, millionaires and billionaires around me, and they're just talking about how simple life is and what they have to do to get to where they are. And me, I just took notes. And taking notes and understanding the business and the way people are, it's always about the people. It's always about the people. It's the main thing I learned about, because people helping people, people help people grow. So, well, that's one thing I really learned. But continuing from that, one thing is, you know, at real estate at that time, I was getting the help that I needed to gain the knowledge. So I'm still in that avenue, but I didn't take any action because there was funds necessary at the time in order for me to incline. So therefore I didn't take that chance because I didn't have the funds. So I had to get a job to go get the funds, right? So I picked up a job at uh it's a call center, right? This call center, I'm selling products left and right. It's like, what is it again? It's like weight loss products. You have muscle building products, things like that, things of that nature. So I'm selling these. So that's my new occupation now, since I couldn't do anything with what I was learning from. But one thing I loved about the real estate and the entrepreneurs and the mentors is that they taught me a lot, and therefore all this wisdom that I talk about, I gotta give them some credit as well. So that's one thing for sure, because it's just the mentality, right, that I was learning from. I'm like, why are these guys so simple? Just like, I don't blame Stefan in a Prius, bro. That's big. So when I first seen Stefan in the Prius, I'm like, wow, because a billionaire, um, Bruce Mulhern, was in a Prius too, and I'm like, this guy's a billionaire and he's in a Prius. Thinking, man, thinking. So it's just for the long run. And this guy's like 60, 70 years old at the time. He passed away, rest in peace. But yeah, that taught me something. So I'm like, you have to be very what do you call it? Very mindful and make investments. Don't make spendings, make investments. So everything these people do is investments. Like if I go buy a burger every single day, that's spending. But if I go to the grocery store one day and invest for that week, I probably have 2 weeks of products versus what I would spend in a burger every day. So just a quick example on that. But continue on with the story. Yeah, so I picked up a job with it's called Push Innovation, and at that business, me, one thing about me is any business I walk into, anything I do, my goal is to be the best at it, no matter what. That's the mentality I always have. Like always, always, I want to take the boss's chair. Simple as that, because I am the boss, right? So first day I go in there, I guess I have impeccable results, which is, I guess I closed like 93 deals first day over the phone. So it's like closing $100 products over the phone. So first day I closed 93 deals, and from there that journey continued. But as it continued, I started realizing my value and what I'm doing to the company here. And I'm really making them a lot of money, where I'm making $10 an hour and shitty nothing, little to nothing, and that shit was BS, right? So, so as I'm learning that, um, I'm talking to a lot of great people over the phone, and understanding, my current value. I'm like, I have so much value within me. I'm not set for this shit. Every freaking night, I go home, I think about it. I'm like, I know there's something more I can do. I know there's something more I can do. I know there's something more I can do. What the hell's going on, man? Like, man, like I'm over here making them thousands and thousands of dollars every single day, you know, and I'm getting paid peanuts. So therefore, one night, I was strolling through the social media, come across Andy's post, come through and make $1,500 a week. I'm like, no way. But I know Andy, I've seen him grow. I'm like, man, I gotta give myself a chance. I gotta give myself a chance. At the time, there was somebody, one of the one old partner in the business, Cisco. He was working as well, and he was always telling me, but I didn't really, believe it because it's just like at the time because we had a friend relationship, so I looked at him a different point of view versus the business. I'm like, if you're telling me this, he's like, look, bro, this is what he told me. He said, look, bro, come out for a week. I'm not gonna pay you. Just learn, and then that's it. And then that wasn't really attractive to me. So when I came across this post online, I was mentally going through something. I was like, all right, I know the value that I have, and that came from the fact of understanding, okay, I'm more. I could do more than this. I'm enough. So therefore, I took this opportunity. I reached out to Andy. I'm like, hey, bro, give me the tools to success. I guarantee you, I will succeed, no matter what happens. Put me with the right people. I will succeed, and that's exactly what happened. You know, a week later, Stefan reaches out to me. We take my little brother and sister to Disneyland for the first time. Um, and I'm on a ride. I'm like, who's this number calling me? I was waiting for like a ride for 2 hours for my little bro and sis. Literally, in that call, I knew it was important. So I hopped out the line. I was next. Waited for 2 hours. Hopped out the line. I'm like, you guys go ahead. I'll just skip this one. Call Stefan back. Talk to him. He's like, hey man, what's up, man? Let's get. When are you ready to go? It's a Monday. And me, my grandma was here at the time. I'm like, grandma, like I know you gotta leave on Monday, but I got this job opportunity on Monday. She's like, look, I'll be here. Go with the hustle. Go get your bread. Go. Go go pick up this opportunity. So I did. That was the best decision I made. I talked to Stefan, and after that, you know, it's history. I'm a partner now. 3 years later, we have one of the best teams. CMC is the best team. Period. So at the end of the day, there's always a journey, and along the journey, there's always going to be challenges, and you have to meet these challenges because that's what's going to help you grow. Always, always, always. So there's something I like to say regarding maintaining your great attitude. You know, keep your thoughts positive because your thoughts become your words. Keep your words positive because your words become your behavior. Keep your behavior positive because your behavior becomes your habits. Keep your habits positive because your habits become your values. Keep your values positive because your values become your destiny. Okay? So that's facts right there. And that I heard from Stefan. First day I met him, he's saying that, like, I kid you not. Stefan, like, that's my big brother, my partner, my mentor, right? But everything that he was saying, my goal was just, like I told you, like, I have to be the best at everything I do. So I know that the way Stefan is moving, the way he's talking, so smooth operator, man. I'm like, man, I got to be like this, man. I got to do whatever it takes. So I'm over here recording his conversations, recording his pitches, taking notes, every single thing that I can, right? And truly, everything is everything. You go by what you're influenced by. And Stefan was my influence to this business. And therefore, maintaining my attitude, you know, completely reflect that from him as well. I've always had this, but it only enhances you when you're around more people like that. So, yeah, definitely a blessing and definitely, way to maintain your attitude.
Man, with everything that you've been through, Mo, you're still positive. So, this meeting was dedicated for you, man, because you
Sure.
maintained a positive attitude throughout your whole life, even though all this adversity came about. So, I applaud you. And for all you guys who are listening, if you guys are going through hard times right now, just know that adversity just makes you stronger. Like this right here, the psychology that Mo was talking about, this mindset, doesn't happen overnight. It's a long-term game that you guys are playing. Everybody here on this call is probably 30 and under. We still have 60, 70 years to work on our mindset. So if you guys think like, Mo came a long way, we all have a long way to go. All right. So look at these challenges, look at these obstacles like Mo. He looks at it as an opportunity. The moment you see a challenge and you're like, okay, you have either an opportunity or you look at it as the opposite, right? If you continue to look at it like, man, it's going to deteriorate my goal, it's going to deteriorate, the things that I have planned, it's going to take you 2 steps back. But if you look at it as an opportunity, it's going to take you 2 steps forward. And that's what Mo has done, you know, from getting laid off from Five Guys to looking for a job at Berkshire Hathaway, from getting a call center job to now. You know, he understands his value, and he always planted that seed in his mind. So, guys, this is powerful stuff right here. I know we didn't talk about sales and the mechanical stuff, but this is even more valuable. This is mindset, baby. You know, we talk about mindset probably 5 days out of the week because it's so important. You can take this to work, or you can take this outside of work. It helps relationship wise, family wise, financial wise. So guys, I mean, that's Mo right there. Mo, if you want to drop anything else before we end this call, you can, but man, that was powerful. That was powerful. I love your stuff.
Thank you. One last thing to say, everybody. I always see the opportunity in every difficulty. That's why we're out here right now. You know, we're in this business. We're trying to make it happen. We're making it happen. Look at the numbers incline. Look at the reps that we have now. Look at the proximity we have, right? As Andy always says. But you know, do one thing every day that scares you, you know, and overcome your challenges and always maintain your attitude. And that's how you influence others.
Well
Mo,
said.
real quick, man. That was powerful, man.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that
Great
inspired
call,
me
man.
today. Thank you, Mo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're
I,
welcome.
I was right here
Thank you all for
working
being
out,
on.
man, and I was listening to it, so it was pumping me up.
That's right. I like that. I like that. Thank you, everybody, for being on the call today. I really appreciate it.
Cool. Thank you. Let's kill it
That's it.
today.